Okay, hey guys, I'm gonna start doing tutorials now. Welcome to Nisour's Tutorials. The first thing we're gonna go through is wanted to do like a first kind of like beginner tutorial on how to use FL Studio. So anytime you open up a new project, it'll kind of look like this. I always open it up from a new template, and I always do it empty because I like to resample, and that's what I do. Let's see. So one of the main things I do is I use a lot of wave format. I don't really use the sampler here. That's one of the main things I won't be using. I don't end up racking stuff into this sampler here because I don't ever use it. I just kind of put them in there and then put the sounds in. Kind of place them where I need them to go. So we're going to go in here and grab a kick drum and just kind of get a basic drum beat going. So wherever you put your music samples, your kicks, your drums, your snares, whatever folder you put them in, you definitely want to keep them very organized. For me, I have all these different folders. Mainly I go to my samples, and then I have all these different samples. So start with something. Get us some sounds going. I'll start with a kick and a snare just to get your basic drum beat going. And all you gotta do is click and drag from the folder and it'll save it in there. It adds it to the sampling rack. So you have your samples, you'll have your MIDI, everything can be here, and you can look up your audio, which is just your waveforms, or everything, which will be your MIDIs, your samples, your any of your VSTs will come up over here. So we'll go back to our arrangement view, which is what this is called. Now how I'm scrolling in like this is you hover over this black bar, and I'm using a mouse, so you hover over this black bar and I scroll up to zoom in and down to zoom out, and dependent on where you place your mouse is where it'll zoom in. So if I want to zoom in over here to the front, scroll up, zooms in, now I can see everything. Usually I like to do drum and bass, so let's just get a beat in there, see what it sounds like. I'll go over more of that. What I'm doing there is just cutting the samples down so that they fit. That way if I want to place them somewhere else, there's not this weird tail on it, keeping it. For some reason it keeps it like on beat. Because if this is over here, the entire play section will. Well, let me explain. FL Studio, it loops over the whole song. Once the last sample is played out, it loops over. So you'll see here. Now if I pull this over, it's going to come into this next section and it won't sound as good. I don't know. For me, that's what I like. I like it to be on beat so I can hear what's going on. So. And then nothing. I'm like, oh my god. Just an example.